Hello everyone, I'm Duke James, and this is a continuation of my Castilian colonization campaign in EU4 Meiou and Taxes. So I'm not going to take this province because it's too much aggressive expansion, so instead what I'm going to do is have them transfer trade power and war reps. I'm going to take all that money instead of giving it to my states. I'm going to break the alliance with the Papal State because I want this territory. These three provinces plus Perugia are not in the Empire, so they shouldn't be as much aggressive expansion as conquering Florence or Italy, so that's an expansion target I can go to. Does Aragon have claims? They have claims on Frosinone. So I will do claims. Then I don't think Tlemcen's ever going to become a Catholic, so what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to steal all their good territory, which is the coastline and Tlemcen. If I take Tlemcen first, that would put them over, so I'm going to take the other provinces. They are still Sunni provinces, so I might have to deal with a couple Sunni rebellions, but I'm going to go tolerant, so hopefully it's not that bad. Alright, so I can either take Dara or Tlemcen. Let's see, I could placate them and grab both. Although that would put me at 50%. I think I'll take Tlemcen and just fight them for this province. Let's bump that fort up. Break vassalization with them. That gets me below my limits. It actually gets me on it. I did leverage noble ties with the greater nobles, so I have +1 now. But that'll go away. Alright, then I want to appropriate church property. That'll move me towards secularism, and I'll be able to take ducats from them. I'm building some light ships for more trade power. Build another one. And then I'm going to switch all my nodes to collecting. Probably until I conquer the Papal States provinces. I'm going to recall from Mali because I don't have those. I don't have trade power there. I'm going to just recall that guy since I'm being embargoed. Send him there. Let's build a spy network with the Papal States. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting for the truce to end with the Papal State, I think I'm going to go down here and fight Mali for these 3 provinces. I might be able to just take these 2 for now. Let's get that core going. I lost 2,000 soldiers. I'll rebuild those guys. Send that guy to collect in Egypt. So I'm back up to 52 ducats. So I could take church property by force. All of my provinces get unrest, and I get religious scandal or church displeasure. Okay, that only gives me two rebels, so that's fine. So Madurai is no longer embargoing me. My trade power in this node should recover. Yep, okay, so I can collect here now, so I'll take the guy away from the West Mediterranean. And collect from the Ceylon node. I lost 2 cannon, actually. I'll go ahead and rebuild those. My income recovered. Perfect. Now I'm making 57, so I'm actually making more. I don't think that has to do with me moving my trade capital, though. Greater nobles want autonomy. I'm going to revoke that as soon as possible. Hey, why don't you guys give me manpower? My maximum manpower is 29,000. That seems really low. I guess it's because I took Tlemcen. The good news is I don't have any Sunni rebellions. The bad news is Bomani is now being guaranteed by Maturin. That is definitely bad news. Do I still need to subsidize Crimea and Mexico? Yes. I'm really surprised Mexico's still losing tax. Like, It's taken them a while to get those cores. There's still 6 provinces that are not cores that are not coring. There's Cochin separatists. I'll make my heir a general, because he kind of sucks. I'll recall the merchant from the Barbary Coast as well, because I'm sure he can go somewhere else. If only I had discovered the Mexico trade node. I don't want to discover that though, because there's a couple countries over here I don't know exist, so I won't get aggressive expansion with them when I conquer the rest of Mexico, when I start conquering it. Let's take out Portugal's rebels before they damage their country. Alright, so I could auction off the land for 1,400 ducats. I think I'll do that. Because I don't really need... I'm not in a desperate need for legitimacy. But I do need ducats. So, yeah, I'll take the ducats. Build a merchant's quarter in Volterra and a fort and a road. Roads will help with trade power as well. King Cristobal the First is now generous. National unrest, -2, that's nice. National tax, -5%, that's not nice. Yearly prestige, decent. Let's roll another general, perfect. So I do have Sunni fanatics now. I could siphon money from Aragon, because they should be... They would make a ton more trade if I did the transfer trade power, because they have good positions in the West Mediterranean and the Tyrrhenian, but that expense is it's at my expense, so I'm not going to do that. I could siphon their income, but it's going to make them mad. I'll improve relations with them. Alright, so the Cochin separatists are going down. Castilian peasants will rise up in about 3 years. Algerian separatists in Argyll. Sunni fanatics in 3 years. They're going away. Volterra. 1.9. Well, I'm building a fort over here. It's going to take a bit. I'm just wondering, because I'm looking at all my rebels up in Europe, if I can go down here and fight Mali. So 6, 3, 2, 2. I think I'll try to risk it. Try to get down here and fight Mali off before a rebellion starts. Does anybody want a knowledge share? Give me ducats for nothing? I don't think any of these guys will be worth enough ducats to make it worthwhile. Of course, I pay nothing, so anything's just positive. .25 ducats. What about Denmark? Denmark? Looks like Denmark is dead. They lost a bunch of territory to the Hansa, and Sweden is back. They have Finnish separatists over here. Warmian separatists in the Baltic. Yeah, they're not looking pretty good. And they have debt. It would only be 0.5 ducats. So it looks like Hungary won that war with the Ottomans. They took a piece of territory. That's good. The Ottomans are now fighting Karakianlu. I don't think anybody's going to want knowledge sharing. The Netherlands exists. Alright, so who was that? Somebody was 0.25 ducats. Sure, give me those 0.25 ducats. .25 ducats is more than 0 ducats. What's my unrest, national unrest? Negative 2.92. Because my king is arbitrary and generous. He's both arbitrary and generous. So the yearly prestige cancels each other out, and the national unrest cancels each other out, but the generous is stronger, so it's -1. So these two combined are -1 national unrest, -5% tax modifier, and -10% improved relations. And then my heir is a coward. I do not like this guy, 331. But my prestige is negative because of the religious scandals. Alright, this colony is now finished. Can I start colonizing Australia? The Oceanic continent can only be colonized if you have Diptech 50 and one of the colonial ideas. Okay, so I can't. This island right here is wasteland. Interesting. I guess all those places are wasteland. For some reason, this province, something's wrong with this province right here in the Congo trade node. It says that there's settlers from France, so I'm not even going to touch that node, touch that province, because I don't want any problems. Maybe there's some rebels in France, and they decided to come over here. I'm not going to disturb them. They can go do their thing. I'm going to colonize this province because I have 2 transfer trade power relationships in the Congo trade node, so that's where the majority of my trade power is coming from. So if it's Congo and Ndongo, so if either of those guys break off their relationships, I would reduce my trade power in this node would be reduced by a lot. So I'm going to try and get the one. Actually, I'll colonize here because they have pearls. I'll get the couple of provinces in this node with trade modifiers that I can get to that don't have rebels colonizing them, apparently. Alright, so go there. Crunia is expanding. Same with Colombia. Once Colombia gets to 10 provinces, they should give me a merchant. Because they have 113 development. So they have the development, they have at least 60 development, but they don't have the 10 provinces required. So once they get those 10 provinces colonized and finished, let's see, they have 4, 5, 6, 7. This one's almost done. That would be 8. And then once this one is done, once these two are done, that would be 10. So probably like 5 years. Now I get a merchant and some force limit from them. Naval force limit. Does, okay, New Toledo does give me a merchant. That's nice. Some of these guys I don't think will ever give merchants, like Cuba and Hispaniola, because they will never get to 10 provinces. South Africa has 2, 4, 6, 7 provinces being colonized or owned right now, so that'll take a while. And they're 38 away from the development. I don't think they would get to it if they had 10. Alright. Gain 30 prestige, lose 10 admin, 139 ducats. Sure, I'll take 30 prestige. When does that scandal go away? $10. That's alright, it was worth it. Let's go ahead and make Cochin a core. Hopefully Mali doesn't go around through Tenko-Dogo to these provinces. I don't have a CB. Do I have CBs on anybody? I have colonial conquest. I guess Mali is too technologically advanced. That's unfortunate. Do I have it against... I have it against Fuda Jalan. They're guaranteed by Mali. Alright, we'll pack it up, boys. The Milanese ruler is 74 years old with no legal heir. Damn, that is a perfect opportunity to get a royal marriage with them. Except they have too many diplomatic relations. It's unfortunate. Some of the ships are coming in. Aragon is the papal controller. They like me, so I shouldn't be excommunicated. Of course, I rule their country, so I shouldn't be excommunicated anyway, right? I wouldn't excommunicate myself. Let's go ahead and take some of these guys to... some of these trade ships to privateer. Should grab a couple extra ducats from these guys, privateering. Plus a couple points of power projection. I'll just send them to the North Sea. So I think I'm going to dump admin. I should get... I'll get 120 power back, and then I'll pick up bureaucracy. Bureaucracy has pretty good ideas. Construction time, state maintenance, admin efficiency, core creation cost, yearly corruption, number of states, max promoted cultures, maximum centralization, monthly autonomy change, negative 0.1, which is pretty good. So I'll figure out what admin uses and then decide to dump it. I think I'll dump it. Alright, so for now I'm going to finish this part here and then pick up the next part. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.